Here are 3 advanced hip opening stretches. Hey, I'm Ginger Seamus. I'm the founder and owner of 7 Core Wellness, my master personal trainer and nutrition coach. And I'm going to be sharing with you is 3 stretches for opening up your hips, for stretching those hips. Now, these stretches are on an advanced level. There are some positions that can be very challenging for people to get into if they don't have a lot of mobility in your hips. So if you watch this video or give these stretches a try and it's just too challenging for you and it's just not where you are right now, that's okay. Check out my hip stretching video for beginners and for intermediate. You will see those linked below. So what you're going to need to get some space, a mat, a chair, and ideally get out of your shoes and be in barefoot. Okay, so our first stretch is the pigeon pose. That's pigeon stretch that's known in yoga. And so if this is one that is very challenging for you to get into in the traditional yoga way, then please check out my intermediate video because I show an amazing, awesome, great modification of way to get into this that makes it easier, that my clients really love because it is a struggle to get into normal pigeon if you don't have the mobility. So, and for those that aren't familiar with the pigeon stretch, getting started, we're going to be in a full plank, so palms underneath the shoulders. You're going to a good solid plank, no sagging in the spine, no piking the hips up. You're in neutral position. You're going to take a leg up. You're going to go into downward facing dog. So you're pushing the weight into the heels. You're getting the stretch you can feel in the back of the legs. You're going to raise one leg up, way up to the sky, and then you're going to bring it through underneath your body, wiggling out that back foot to help you get into a longer position. Now, ideally you want to keep your shin parallel to your hips, not letting the shin curl in, but rather to stay parallel to your hips. The other thing is that you don't want to shift your weight to one side of the hips or the other. So you're keeping your hips also centered as well, okay? Now, this might be the position where you're getting a very effective stretch, but there is a way that you can make it a little bit more intensified if you can without that foot crawling in, without that foot curling, heel starting to go back, okay? And you can go down into your knees. To your elbows. So you can go down into your elbows, and you're going to be feeling the stretch right in here, okay? So feeling that stretch right in there, and I feel it really good right here. Again, I want to make sure that my shin isn't curling, and my foot's not going to be curling back. All right, so hold that 10 to 15 seconds. No bouncing when you're stretching. Get a good stretch. Okay, so I want to bring that foot, curl that toe. I want to bring that foot back, go back into downward facing dog. Now we're going to take the opposite leg up to the sky and thread it through underneath us, underneath our belly parts, making sure that, again, that shin, we try to get parallel with our hips. Now, I am much tighter on my left side, so I feel a great stretch right here. Me going down to my elbows, honestly, is going to cause my shin to go. And again, you can always sort of walk your foot back a little bit more to help get more of a stretch. Again, as long as that foot's not curling back, you're not turning back in this way. You'll feel the difference too. You'll feel the difference by trying to maintain that leg in that position. All right, now hold for a little while and then release, go back, downward facing dog. You could go back in and out of that if you want to, but otherwise hold for a bit, and then let's move on to our second move. So the second stretch, I want you to grab a chair or a stool or something. This is going to be a more intensified figure 4 stretch. So what you're going to do is you're going to have a chair where you're going to put your top of your foot on the chair and walk yourself back. Okay, so top of the foot's on the chair. You want to kind of keep this knee at 90 degrees. Now, if this is way too intense for you, if it hurts your knees and you have trouble with this, then just check out my intermediate video where I have half kneeling position stretch where you're not elevating your foot like this, because this is a much more intense position to be in, and it may not work for you. So, and that's okay if it doesn't. That's why we got some different levels for different folks. So, all right, so here we go. So feeling the stretch in the front of that hip in front of that leg and that quad muscle. You can raise up this arm to help sort of just open up. We sit so much during the day and we curl our bodies forward that we just need to open up in the front. And again, a good foundation of this front foot. I don't want you like up on your toes. You want good weight distributed around across the foot. All right, so holding 10 to 30 seconds. Think how to get out of this. Bring your hands down, okay? Bring this foot back because it's going anyway, and then let's bring this foot around. I'll keep my hands on the ground to help me. I think I need to back up a little bit. All right, oh, here we go. All right, so getting that foot up on that chair, coming up, make sure I'm at 90 degrees, and then opening up there. We're all in alignment right here. This leg's not flared out that way. All straight in alignment, opening up the front of that leg right here on the side. All right, holding, holding, holding. All right, to get out of it, take your hands, bring them down, swing that leg around, and there you go. All right, okay, so I'm gonna push the chair out of the way when we go into the third movement here, which will be getting, I want you to do back into full plank where we started with pigeon. Now we're going to be working the inside of the hips and opening up those. And so coming to full plank, we're going to palms underneath the shoulders. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your foot and you're going to swing it around. Now if you happen to land your foot right here and you're up, especially you may end up being up on your toes, you might need to help bring that foot around down by your hand, and you're going to feel a good stretch in the inside of your legs. So good stretch in the inside of the legs. And if you want to intensify it a little bit more, make it a little bit more challenging, you could open up that top hand up towards the sky. But make sure you are solid, grounded on this foot. It is solid, grounded on this foot. Good, all right, brace, release, bring that foot back, switch, other side, get that foot by that hand. So I mean, it's like my arm and my shin are parallel with one another. They're like right next to each other. That's where you want it to be. If you're sort of back here, that's when you want to bring it up so that your knee and ankle are in line with each other, okay? Again, those palms are underneath the shoulders, and then you can open up, just to intensify, stretch, get extra more stretch. All right, extra more stretch, does that make sense? All right, okay, bring that hand down, bring that foot back, come down to your knees, and then come up. All right, so there you go. There are 3 stretches, Vance, for opening up your hips. Comment below, let me know if you give them a try, let me know if there's something else you'd like to see. If you have any questions, if there's anything I can help you with, please reach out to me at 7corewellness.com. Be sure to also subscribe so you can know when new videos are coming up. So I wish you nothing but the best in your health and wellness.